Hi everybody, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I wanted to share a refashioning project with you. So everything I talk about is available on our site. I'll link anything that's relevant below, and you'll also find a link to our newsletter for a weekly dose of sewing inspiration straight to your inbox. So I do apologise for the slightly bedraggled, dishevelled look. I would normally be more well presented for a vlog, but it's late on a Friday afternoon. I'm about to go home, but tomorrow I am going to a refashioning event in Ashby, which is the town just near where I live, organised by my lovely friend Anne, who goes under the handle of New Vintage Sewing on Instagram, and I think she's done it in partnership with Sew It with Di, lovely Di off Instagram as well. And the idea is they've got a group of sewists together to sew it, don't throw it, and by that they mean bring a garment or some unwanted fabric or pre-loved fabric along and refashion it into something else. Now, because that's going to happen tomorrow, I thought I need to show you what it was before I refashioned it, so hence the dishevelled Friday afternoon appearance. But the thing that I'm going to be working on is this beautiful skirt that my friend Vicki gave me some time ago, and it's, for those of you who know me, it's right up my street. I love a bit of animal print, love bright colours. But sadly the skirt, I think that's why Vicki thought of me, but sadly it was too big for me, and Vicki knows that, and I sort of said to her, would you mind if I kept it, because I think I might do something with that lovely fabric at some point, and she was fine about it. So this midi length skirt hopefully is going to become Simplicity 9745. I did put a bit of a poll out on Instagram and asked people for suggestions and ideas what I could recreate with the fabric, and the overwhelming response was do some sort of cami top or cami dress, and that was the lines I was thinking along as well. So I was like, right, that's it, let's just go with that. So Simplicity 9745 is a really cute slip dress that I spotted when it was released earlier this year. It's got a slight sort of V-neck by the looks of it, although on the model it doesn't look very V, but on the line drawings it looks like a gentle V-neck. It's got bust darts, it's got a centre front. I don't know why it's got a centre front seam. That'll be interesting to find that out. And then at the back it's got like a lovely chevron style seam across. It's probably going to go across your bum, I suppose, and come up to your lower back. I think it might be cut on the bias, possibly. But then it's got thin spaghetti straps, and it's got like a cute little tie at the back. So I haven't done any prep. I'm disorganised. It's been a hugely busy few weeks for me. So the plan is turn up tomorrow, maybe get this cut out tonight. Probably need to try and do that. And then just give it a whirl. But in my experience, making slip dresses and that sort of thing, you know, strappy dresses, generally it's pretty quick. I pretty much know what size I'll be in a Simplicity pattern. I think I can make it fit relatively easily, let's hope so. And then also I might just take a backup. If I don't get a chance to cut it out tonight, I think I might just take my Ogden cami pattern with me, so that if the dress it doesn't fit for some reason, I can cut out an Ogden cami instead. So that's the plan, guys. I'll report back, hopefully get some footage at the event if I can, and then I'll report back afterwards, and hopefully I'll be able to model some sort of cami top or dress, fingers crossed, next week sometime. Okay, so I'll leave it there and I'll report back when I've finished my refashioning. Okay, so I'm here with the reveal. I can't remember what I said to you on the intro video. I think I said I was planning on making a cami top or a cami dress, and I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't very excited about it. I knew it would be nice and easy, but I just was like, oh, I think I could make something more interesting than that. So I recorded the intro video on the Friday night, went home, not feeling that excited about what I was making. And on the morning of the event, I woke up and thought, I'm just going to have a quick look at what other woven top patterns we've got on the website at the moment. And I went onto our website and I saw the Donny shirt pattern by the Friday Pattern Company, and I was like, oh my God, that is the perfect pattern for this fabric. I'm so glad I looked. I raced down to work, grabbed the pattern, and that's what I decided to make in the end. However, it was quite a journey. There were some hilarious mishaps that happened along the way that I'll fill you in on, but I'll just quickly show you the top, then I'll talk you through the pattern, and then I'll tell you some funny stories that are behind the making of this blouse. But anyway, here we go. Here is my Donny shirt in the skirt fabric. So this was that pleated midi length skirt with an elasticated waistband. It's now a collared, boxy, really contemporary feeling blouse. It's got a lovely loose fit at the back. It's got a yoke across the back, gathering underneath. It's got like a dipped hem, which I really like. I think that's really contemporary. Love the way the fabric works. I cut the fabric on the bias because I was working with something that had already been made, obviously, and refashioning it. So that gives it that really lovely sort of drapey, floaty feel. I love the collar. It's really neatly finished inside this pattern as you sort of top stitch it all down. There's a facing on the other side that follows the lines I've just drawn, and then you top stitch it all down from the wrong side, and it's just a really neat, clean finish inside. Yeah, and it's supposed to have short sleeves, but that's where the story comes in. I had to make it sleeveless because I lost the sleeves. But actually, I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I really like it sleeveless. And yeah, I definitely will get a lot of wear out of this, a lot more wear than I would have done as the skirt, because it just didn't fit me. And yeah, I just think this was much more my kind of thing. So let's talk about the Donny shirt pattern first of all. So it's by Friday Pattern Company, who are one of my favourite independent pattern companies. I've made some of their patterns 2 or 3 times. I've always had a really good experience with them. They make sewing just really simple, in my opinion. A lot of her patterns, they're really contemporary, they're really on trend, but they're just very simple to sew and they come together really easily. And she's I think she's quite thoughtful about how she sort of designs the construction to be as simple as possible. That's how it feels to me anyway. So this is a boxy pull on top. It's dartless, so you know it's got quite loose fitting. It's got a lapel collar. It's got a patch pocket. That's the only thing I will say. I feel like the patch pocket's in a bit of a weird place on me. Not entirely sure about that. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments anyway. But I might kind of place that next time I made this rather than just following the pattern instructions, because I think it might just be on a slightly weird place on me. I don't know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that anyway. But yeah, it's got supposed to have short sleeves, and it runs in, it's really size inclusive, so it runs up to a 7X, which is let me just find the inches, 60-inch bust, 50 something waist and a 63 hip. I'm really sorry I can't read that middle measurement, but I'm going to link the pattern below for you anyway, so you can jump on and see all the details on our website. And yeah, it's just a really lovely, easy to sew pattern. I really liked the construction, as I say, and the way it came together. The refashioning event I did, it was by the lovely New Vintage Sewing on Instagram. Annie's a good friend of mine. I've known her for years. She used to be a textile tutor at Loughborough University, and she retired a few years ago, and she's been encouraging people to learn how to sew and how to like refashion things. And she's got this hashtag sew it, don't throw it. You know, you don't have to get rid of old textiles, you can repurpose them. And that was sort of the nature of the whole day. I went along to that, met some absolutely gorgeous people, saw some lovely familiar faces as well. Saw Susan Young there. A girl called Jo that I know from previous events that I've been to. and it was just really lovely to see those familiar faces, but meet some really lovely new people as well. One woman in particular that I sat next to just found so utterly inspiring. It's just a really fun, lovely day. But because I was so disorganised and I hadn't decided what to make properly until the morning, obviously I hadn't got anything cut out. I was literally going from a standing start. Other people were far more prepared than I was. So I got everything cut out, started sewing, then I singed the collar when I was pressing it because I wasn't used to the iron there, so I had to cut a new collar, do that again, and just with all the talking and socialising, I'm not very good at those events at getting on with the sewing. I just end up talking to everybody and not doing much sewing at all. Other people seem to be able to do both a lot better than I do, but we got to the end of the day. I hadn't finished the blouse and there was going to be a fashion show the following week, so I wanted to get it finished so that Anne could have it in the fashion show. So I thought, right, I'll just grab all my stuff, take it home, and I'll crack on tomorrow. So grabbed all the bits and bobs, shoved it all in my bag, went home. Next day, got up, thought I'm going to get this blouse finished. Could I find the sleeves that I'd cut out? No, I could not. They were nowhere to be seen. I have no idea where they went. And to cut a long story short, I kind of lost my marbles completely at one point, and I actually drove to the church where the event had taken place and rummaged through the dustbins at the church. I'm so embarrassed, but I'm telling you, because I think sometimes we're so dedicated to our sewing that like all sort of sense of rationale can disappear, and like you do the craziest things because you're so determined to finish that project. And that was me. I did that. The kids were in the car, they were cringing, telling me I was the most embarrassing mom in the world, and despite those efforts I still didn't find the sleeves. So yeah, a funny story. I'll always look back at that and think, yeah, wow, I really am quite dedicated to my sewing, to the point of, you know, losing all sense of rationality sometimes. But anyway, Anne came to the rescue. She's got an industrial binding machine, and she allowed me, well, she used it. I don't think she quite trusted me on the industrial machine, but she bound the armholes for me, and then I was able to press those in and top stitch them down. So I've got this sleeveless effect, and actually it worked out really well. I was a bit worried that the armholes might be a bit oversized for sleeveless, but not at all. And also they're nice and high here as well, so my bra's not showing. So that was just a total win. And I think, yeah, the blouse looks really nice sleeveless anyway, so really pleased with that. And just the refashioning experience, definitely recommend having a go. As long as you've got enough fabric, it's really not that difficult. I just cut the waistband off the skirt, I cut the side seam, and then I cut this on the bias, which is why it's sort of so floaty and drapey. Obviously that makes it more difficult to sew with, but if you're a confident sewer, that's not an issue. And yeah, I just really recommend it. This is I've done before I had a ready-to-wear dress, and I cut that up and sort of refitted it because it just didn't fit very well. So this is my second experience, but I really highly recommend it. It's a nice way to prevent things from going to landfill, breathe new life into things that already exist. So highly recommend having a look in your wardrobe, seeing if there's anything that's really unloved there that you could make into something else. And the other thing lots of people do as well is just go to thrift shops or charity shops, find something in a really big sort of oversized size, and then just use the fabric from that. So yeah, a really nice experience. I did think though, if you haven't got any refashioning fabric, I should just show you some alternatives that you could use to create this shirt if you like the look of it. And we've got this beautiful new, I'm pretty sure this is a viscose fabric. All the details are on the website though, so I'll pop links to everything below for you, the pattern and these fabrics. And just remember, the best way you can support us to keep producing this content is by placing an order on our website. So do jump on and check it out, have a look. But yeah, I thought this lovely, it's kind of on the animal print theme of mine. This lovely blue and white would look gorgeous sewn up into a Donny shirt. And then the other fabric I chose, this is an ex-designer dead stock, is this gorgeous, shiny, red with a very faint like animal print embossed on it, and I just thought you could make a super dressy version with that and pair it with like trousers or jeans for a night out in this season's gorgeous red colour. So they were the options I chose for that. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.